Hello and welcome back to Power Up Gamers. I'm Jim and D&D, and this is episode 4 of Harbinger playtest Secret of the Forges. Last time, I'm a brave adventurer who's made it to the drift market and aboard or the scavenged scout ship. Uh, During the flight, they were almost intercepted by an Alazine heavy cruiser. Using their quick wits, they managed to hide in a nebula and then enter into an asteroid field, hereby losing the cruiser. Uh, the reason they go into the drift market is their patron Cypher had told them to deliver a package to Captain Rocket, uh, who owns the swirling Cosmos district. He works under Sep Lock-in, although he's not real fond of the set, and he's pretty much your average fan's black market uh, agent. Reaching Captain Rocket, they savaged basically what they could on the ship, some of which they decided to keep, some weapon mods, a carbine, iron, and some of the stuff, including a set of power or armor, they decided to sell. Oh. As a reward for bringing this package from Cypher to Captain Rocket, they received a crate containing 8 crystal cats. Crystal cats are about the size of house cats. They are telepathic and they bond with companions. And it's a homebrew monster that I'm working on for a PDF that the guys have agreed to help me playtest in the Harbinger setting. And so they continue on the way. They bonded with their 4 crystal cats, and then to return the rest as to Cypher. And that is where we left off in episode 03, so I hope you enjoy episode 4. So we will begin off with Dark Lazuli. You have this crate of found. You're still at Rocket's residence, and you kind of gather from what Hazard's mentioned in the way Rocket carries himself that he seems to be a traitor, which isn't unexpected because the drip market is full of what would you like to do?
I kind of want to go someplace private and have Jace tell me what's on these chips.
Okay. Hey.
I don't really want to do it in somebody's house.
Unfortunately, there's not really anywhere private unless you were to rent some kind of rooms.
We could go back into our ship.
Yeah, you could walk back through the airlock to your ship.
I mean, are we tired? I feel like we left in the middle of the night and we got here now. We probably want to go sleep soon.
Yeah, you are getting pretty tired. You've been up pretty much 2 or 3 days at this point. given the space travel.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say I want to go back to the ship and sleep, and while we're doing that, I'm gonna ask Jace what's up with these chips, and
Okay.
then after that, if I want to sell them, I'll go sell them to this guy.
So Bucket will look at you guys and say, "Hey, perhaps in the morning, would you care to have breakfast with me? We can conclude any other business then."
Absolutely, that sounds fine.
He nods, looks over at Hazard, and goes, "Even us old dogs need our sleep."
But do crystal cats sleep? Now look at this cat that's jumped on my shoulder. Do you sleep? Are you a sleeping creature?
You hear just this chorus of chuckles, and your cat speaks, says, "I guess you would call it sleep. It's a dormant state."
Great, vague. Just like I like my answers. Thanks, cat.
So it's Borneo and Hazard gonna go with Jason, the doc, back to the ship?
Well, Borneo is straight up asleep right now. There he goes.
What do you think?
Yes. Borneo definitely looks to be having some problems staying awake.
Yeah, you alright, man?
Relatively speaking. But I managed to roll myself off the couch into in here, you know. I did sleep last night. I just didn't do much of anything today.
Ah,
I plan on not being finished with that for tomorrow, so
nice. Okay, so you all return to your ship. You see the bunk area, which has multiple bunks. And Doc, you were going to ask Jace about the chips. So Jace, give me a tech roll.
Well, I'm gonna go up to Jace and be like, "Hey, Jace, I was paid in some chips before. You want to look them over and tell me if they're actually worth anything?"
Mike's muted.
So what was your tech roll, Jace?
Also, I'll bolster you, so go ahead and have a free +2.
Okay. I see a smile, but I'm not hearing a number.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay, looks like Jace is having some tech issues.
Which figures for a mechanist.
Still nothing, Jace. You might have to leave and come back in.
He did put that he got an 18 in the chat, though.
Yeah. So, 18, okay. Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
So what's that 18 what you have rolled on this tech?
Hope,
Or
Actually, sorry, 20. I forgot
Okay.
the plus.
You
So,
definitely
yeah.
you definitely recognize the chip. There's about a dozen there, and they are are chips used for your weapon mods. As, so, we will allow each of you can keep 3 of them, and we will be able to pick which weapon mods you want on. Jace kind of pieces them together with your weapons. Or you can sell them. You know weapon mods are not cheap. They're probably each one's 250 grand or so per chip.
So is this essentially, since we get 3, is this 3 weapon mods or 3 weapon mod slots an equivalent, or what is this exactly?
It is actually the weapon mods themselves.
Okay, so it's just 3 mods. Got it.
Yeah, and I assume each weapon has at least 1 slot.
I think if I remember reading correctly, but I can double check. Each one has 3 slots.
Okay. So,
But I'll double check.
while you double check that, and if I'm gonna pull up the actual weapon mod part of the
Yep,
yes.
it's 3. It's 3. I was already there, so.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at now.
Good. Keep that open, Jace, because you'll need to know.
So
No.
you said because some mods are, so there's 3 mod slots on a weapon, and each. I can't find the page.
Some weapons or some mods are 1 slot, some mods are 2
Yeah.
slots. So
It's,
that's why I was asking, because
Yeah.
one of us could pick.
yeah,
if there
the
were
mod
2 and-
the mod chips, you're gonna have to pick and choose what you want.
What page are you on? Because I can't. I went through the equipment, but I didn't see it.
It's page 43.
Oh, right at the end.
And Borneo, while they're kind of getting things situated, you have a decision to make. If you want to keep that power armor and carbine or not.
Well,
Power armor is pretty rare to have. It definitely will draw attention to you having it, and it is worth quite a bit. The carbine,
the
shouldn't-
carbine I'll probably keep, but with the weapon mod chips floating around, it's not going to be overly. We'll have modded weapons one way or the other.
exactly.
Whether I keep this one.
Now the big difference is this looks practically new as a carbine. It wouldn't be quite mint and fresh off the factory, but it's definitely not something that's seen much use.
Well, I mean, just in the world of Harbinger, it's not, as long as it's like, it's new and not in worn condition. That's a whole, condition
exactly.
away from.
It's not in worn condition.
It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, the fact that it's not worn and prone to, one fail away from breaking on you.
Now the power armor being worth like 2,000 grand, and that's a good step of the way towards a ship.
Yeah. And we're not all that high a level, so getting picked off for that armor is.
Yeah, you definitely would know, given being a soldier, people want that armor. So,
Well,
Yeah,
hell,
I'd rather sell it
I
to get
want.
killed for it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I want that armor, but I don't know if I want it that bad that I'm going to lose sleep over it for the rest of my short goddamn life.
exactly. You may decide to pick up more power armor later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, oh, you'll sell off the power armor, keep the carbine. I
Yeah.
assume you guys are going to keep the weapon mod chips.
Oh, definitely.
Oops.
You know,
Awesome. Hazard, you have basically 300 glint worth of dining ware.
Is
And
that all of it together?
I'm
I'm assuming
Yeah.
that the ones with the special image carved in them would rack up a higher value, but I could be wrong in
Yeah.
that. So
You would figure that at one, if you sold it to a sept, and only the septs would know what that symbol means, and that is probably 1/3 of the total value by itself.
okay, so the 300 is without it, or
It's with it.
okay, it's with it if I sold it to a
Yeah.
separate. Okay, just
Yeah,
want to make sure I knew
If you sold the
what
rest
was
of
what.
it, it'd be like 200 glint.
Okay,
So you could decide to keep that set for yourself and sell the rest if you wanted. So, Jace, let's play with the weapon mods. I believe it takes an hour for you to do one weapon mod. If I remember how it was set up right.
Yes,
I think
it's going to take
I
us.
think that one per short rest.
Okay.
plus there's the DC check to attach them.
It's like intelligence check. Okay, so it's an art tool check, art tool intelligence. The DC is denoted by the mod. If they succeed the check, the mod has been successfully attached. If they fail to augment the weapon, it must wait 24 hours before attempting to reattach the mod again. Doesn't actually say how long it takes. Just says
It does actually. It says you can do so during a short or long rest.
oh, there we go. So
it's minimum of an hour
yes.
per mod.
Okay.
So let's begin with Doc Lazuli, his weapon.
I'm still looking through them all. I'm definitely interested in this. Where did it go? The grapple caster, the flame tosser, and the energy cells are the ones that I'm looking at right now.
Energy cells would take up all three, though.
Yeah, the other ones are 2 and 2, but I've got more than one weapon on me.
Right.
Yes.
So
So whatever weapon would be your primary weapon, and let's go with that one first.
Yeah, I probably not having to worry about bullets ever again. Sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, the Astra augment or some
It's the energy cells.
energy cell.
Okay.
I think I'm going to put energy cells in my handgun.
Okay, and that will take up all 3 slots for that weapon.
I also have 2 energy daggers that I picked off of the dead people earlier.
Now, is there one that allows you to shoot in melee?
There is. It's sawed off.
Oh,
So So, give me your check for attaching the energy cells to Doc's handgun.
It's an
So
int
that's-
check plus arc tool.
So it's
Oh, I don't have
4.
arc tools.
Yeah,
Jace
so
does.
plus 6 and any boosts you might have bolster.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do it myself because you're gonna be busy trying to upgrade your own gun.
Well, do you have arc tools?
No, but it says you can act arc tools. It doesn't say you need arc tools.
I thought it meant you need arc tools. Let me see.
I'm not sure, but that I imagine the mechanist would be the one.
Oh,
It just says adding it if applicable.
yes. If you don't have proficiency in arc tools, I would assume you need them, but you don't need to have proficiency in them.
Yeah, more of a, you can put a tire on a car, but if you have all the very specialized tools and know what you're doing, it's going to be easier.
Yeah, without a tire jack, it's gonna be harder.
Yeah. Well, I got a 19 on my die, plus a 4 from my bolster, plus 3 for being intelligent. I feel confident.
Yeah. So let's go.
So you don't need arc tools to install it then?
If I need arc tools, I will go buy some arc tools.
I would imagine you're kind of working together too. Oh,
Because
so
I think, well, because if you want to do it as a second person, I was going to say you could bolster me and give me advantage. But if you want to do it as a separate person, then that's up to you.
I mean, if we do that, we're gonna have to sit down while we're gonna just chill, watching you do something for 6 hours.
well, like you guys could actually be asleep while he's working.
It seems like,
Right, but still, that he's still working.
yeah, I feel like it's kind of a dick move to be like, hey, fix up all our weapons, bitch.
And
My
Yeah,
character
here's
also,
for the next 12 hours.
my
He was
character
supposed-
actually, my character doesn't sleep a lot. It's part of his background.
And I imagine the arc tools aren't one tool. I imagine it's like a set of different tools.
Yes, but these
Yeah.
are my tools.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
oh, I could
You
imagine.
cannot buy a really nice set of screwdrivers or anything, or ratchet set or whatever, wrench set, and just going, here, you go, you have one, you have one, you have one. Nah.
No, but I could
No.
imagine like Jace at an area. Oh, you need to use that little welder for a sec. Okay. And be like watching him the entire time. Okay, you're done. Give it back.
It also doesn't matter if we don't have proficiency.
Yeah.
You don't need
So-
proficiency to do it.
No, proficiency will just give you the extra 2, or in my case, 4.
Right, but since none of us have proficiency, what's it matter?
Well,
So
you don't add it.
yeah.
You just
So,
roll
so I
intelligence.
yeah. So I imagine that would be all it is. It's like Jace is kind of loaning bits of his arc tools out.
You know what? Also, though, we found 4 dead people that we looted, and we went into a spaceship. If there's no arc tools between 4 dead people and an entire spaceship, I'm questioning your loot rolls.
Well, besides, we're in the space bazaar. You
Yeah.
could always pick up
You can go
some art
buy
tools, but the thing is just the nature of the way the game works. It's each mechanist has his private kit of tools, and I don't know if you've ever hung around with anybody that's like auto repair shops or. I mean, I used to work on movie cameras.
they are
It's like,
picky.
you don't touch my friggin' tools. I was like, and if you don't return it just once, I will never loan you a tool again.
Exactly.
And I've got a memory like a friggin',
So I kind of imagine that's like how Jace is okay, but you better return it. Just to make it simple.
Alright, well, I feel like we've talked about this long enough that we're getting silly here.
Yeah.
Let's keep going then.
So you're definitely able, Doc, to attach yours with some minor help from Jace and his tools.
You know what? I opened up my Space Nook, and I looked up the instructions on the intranet, and I figured out how to do it. It wasn't that hard. There's a how-to with pictures. I figured it out.
Awesome.
It's on the sub, not Reddit for magic, not magic weapons.
So, Borneo, you're up next. We're gonna go basically one weapon chip at a time, or one weapon mod chip at a time.
Okay.
And are you having Jace attach it, or are you gonna attempt to do it yourself?
Oh, if Jace wants to do it, that'd be great. Now, on the one carbine, you said it has an extra barrel?
Yes, it already has a weapon mod chip with the double barrel.
Okay.
And I don't know how many of the mod slots that takes.
Well, neither do I offhand. But...
I believe if I scroll far enough down, I can tell you.
It's 2.
Yes.
2. So you could only attach something that uses one slot to that particular carbine.
But you have your own other gun, so you know.
Yeah, I have another carbine. I have my carbine, but I just want to.
Your carbine. This is your carbine. There are many like it, but this one is yours.
You can put an Astra augmenter on that already modded carbine, which will give it a +1. And essentially, it'll give it a +1 to attack and damage.
Okay, that sounds good.
There's also a bayonet, which no, that doesn't work. You can put a bayonet on there. What else? Collapsible frame to make it roughly half the size when you collapse it. You could put a high energy loader, basically double the. Why can't I think the clip?
The capacity, yeah.
Yeah,
the clip
double
is
the
twice as big.
Yep. Or you can put a long bore barrel, which will allow you to shoot up with no disadvantage for long range. Or you can do a sawed-off barrel, which will allow you half the range, but then you can shoot it in melee. And you get advantage instead of disadvantage when you're in melee. Actually, that's good for me. And I think that's it for ones.
Yeah, I think so too.
Someone should make a chart.
Yes, they should.
So, which one would you like? Or do you want to think about it?
I want to think about it.
Okay.
If
Right.
you're gonna go melee a lot, if you don't want a melee weapon, I think the sawed-off barrel is nice. Because then I said you half your range, but when you're in melee range, you don't have disadvantage anymore, which you normally do. You have advantage.
Well, since we haven't really, we haven't really gone up level. I mean, I haven't decided whether I wanted to go sniper or not. As far as my treader, I have to actually make that decision.
Okay. Right.
But
Well, it's definitely something to think about because at the end of the session, you will be leveling up to 2.
Yeah.
I will be purchasing a rifle for myself.
Okay.
I have one of my the mods I've set aside for that.
Okay. So while Borneo is thinking about which mod to add, go ahead, Jace, and give me a arctol check in order to attach it. Since
Okay, what
he's
am I attaching?
the weapon mod that Borneo's picking out.
Well, which one are you picking?
He doesn't know yet.
Oh, well, I need to know which it is because it changes the DC.
Okay. I thought the ones all had the same DC.
Oh, no, they could be 16, 18. I think there's a 12. So 12 to 18. No, 10 to 18. It's a range.
So while he's thinking about it, Hazard, what are you looking at?
All right, so I think all of them on my short scatter gun. I'm thinking probably a collapsible frame, which is 12.
Okay.
So
Would I be able to get a bolster from Doc?
Absolutely. I'm gonna bolster you, then I'm gonna read my book.
And
what's the bolster
Hazard,
do?
are you doing this one on your own, or are you gonna leave it for Jace?
actually, I think just kind of in character, Hazard wouldn't really want anyone else touching his weapons. So I think I'm gonna do it myself.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll
Because
save
he
that roll for
recognizes that you are good at what you do, but
But these are your weapons.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I don't know what I'm putting on, but without the bolster, I got 24.
Okay.
So I put it on.
A bolster is a D6. I can roll it for you if you want. You got a 2. But you successfully put on anything you fucking want. You're a champ.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you build a new one. Alright, but yeah, I succeed for that one. And then I'm going to get the sawed-off barrel.
Okay. Save it for the next round.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, only one per round. Now, unfortunately, Jace, Ace, you will not be able to do one for you during this hour, because you're taking care of Borneo's.
Okay, so that roll means nothing. Okay, fine. I haven't picked the mod yet anyway. I picked 2 for my rifle, which I don't own yet. So
Now you can save it for this next round, or you may want to do your weapons at a later time.
Well, I'm looking at. I picked 2.
The other people's.
Right now, I've only picked 2 mods for my future rifle, so I put those away. I'm still deciding on the one, if I want one for another weapon.
Okay. Right. So be thinking about that. Doc, what are you doing with your second weapon mod chip?
I think I'm going to augment. I'm going to put a dagger in the center of my armor and put a shield projector on it.
Okay.
Because that seems to be good. I'm going to put the dagger into my armor. Because I don't need to actually wield this for it to do it.
Okay.
Because shield projector seems pretty dope.
Okay, so you're basically making the dagger part of your armor, and then having this mod.
Yeah, because I have an actual metal dagger, and then I have 2 energy daggers. So my metal dagger will just sit in my armor now. And I successfully install it because I rolled a 16.
Okay.
The DC is a 16, and I also have intelligence.
So you're able to do that easily enough. Borneo,
Yes.
have you decided on your first weapon mod yet?
Yeah.
Awesome, because we're back to you for the second one.
I think I'll do the Astra Augmenter.
Okay, so definitely mark
on the double barrel.
Mark that down on your double barrel carbine, and then you get to pick out out your second weapon mod chip?
I think I will do on my original carbine the astroscope.
Okay. And are you having Jace do it, or are you going to try to do it?
Let's see. Yeah, if Jace wants to take a crack at it.
Jace?
All right. I'll use that roll for it because I still haven't picked one yet. So yeah, it's whatever it is, it would have succeeded.
Right. Okay. So hazard.
Okay, for my next one, I'm going to do sawed-off barrel
Okay.
on my shotgun. So, and I got that one.
Okay, so you managed to attach it. Quite surprisingly, you guys aren't having any issues with this. Even though 3 of you are not mechanists.
Well, I mean, let's get real. You know, mechanists, their job's easy. Not like casting spells.
Yeah, which takes an innate knowledge and connection to to Astra.
Awesome. And perhaps that's actually helping you here with your focus is on attaching these. You aren't entirely sure, but it seems to be working just fine. Alright. So
What do you guys think? I put aside an astroscope and a high capacity loader, both for the rifle. Right.
Cool.
So the astroscope will that'll allow me to use a bonus action to gain advantage, which will allow me to sneak attack once I hit level 3. And the high capacity loader will double the ammo to 10 from 5.
Cool.
I mean, that sounds fine, but do you really need to double the capacity? Like, isn't reloading a bonus action anyways?
I guess that's true. So what would you recommend?
What does the scope cost? 1 or 2?
1.
Scope is 1?
I believe it's 1.
No, the astroscope is 2.
Oh, okay.
I mean, long bore then, because then you can shoot long distance without disadvantage.
And then I'll have advantage with the other one,
Yeah, so you can shoot super far away. You can be the best sniper.
which is what I was sneak attack then if I can get my advantage, which I
Yeah.
can with the astroscope. So
Now-
okay, so the astroscope and the longbore rifle go on. The longbore barrel will go on the rifle. Now I'm deciding whether or not to augment my ranged weapon or my, which is my other ranged weapon, which is why can't I find it? It's a short auto gun, or should I do something else like a rapier, dagger, or whip?
I mean, I might, since you're sneaky, you might want a collapsible frame, maybe?
For my rapier?
If that way
Well-
you can hide it on yourself.
But then I won't be able to hide the rifle anyway, so that'll be shown anyway.
Yeah, but you'll be able to sneak in at least one weapon.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm going with that on my shotgun. Plus, it's also the more damaging of that in my dagger.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Personally, as a wizard, I don't actually really care what my weapon does.
So you can give me a mod.
Well, no, I'm actually trying to get the grapple caster mod, just because
Yeah.
grappling hook is always good.
Well, advantage on athletics is nice for stuff like that. Or flame tosser is always nice.
Yeah, flame tosser looks pretty legit, but
That's
want the-
nice on a carbine for the treader.
Yeah. So again, this round you would be taking care of Borneo's weapon. So Doc, back to you for your last weapon mod.
Well, I want to put the grapple caster on one of these energy daggers that I got from looting the other people, but I'm gonna help Jace out this time because Jace hasn't gotten shit done yet.
For
Oh, no,
him.
you don't even have your gun you're gonna modify yet. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really worried. This is my third augment because I already have the other two put aside, so I just don't know. Plus
Yeah,
one
okay,
on the right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a grapple
if
caster.
you put them all on your rifle, you would just take care of yours at another time.
Yeah, there's two on the rifle, so I have my third one. I'm just trying to decide. I'm thinking of putting it on the rapier because to have it on the melee weapon would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the grapple caster, and I will roll that up right now.
Barrel blade sounds tempting,
Yeah, borrow blade looks fucking nasty.
but we have you as a healer, and I can sort of heal too, so I'm not worried too much about healing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty focused on healing. I succeeded on my grapple caster check. These DCs aren't actually that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
You have a high intelligence too. You have
Yeah,
probably the best
that
intelligence in the group.
I mean, it's only a 16.
So better than me. I only have a 14.
So you managed to attach this grappling hook to one of the energy daggers.
Which I imagine looks incredibly weird.
I actually imagine it being like attached towards the hilt of the dagger, to where like the dagger makes up kind of one of the talents of the grappling hook.
Actually, I see it as Batman's grappler from like the last, like Michael Keaton, that Batman. He had one of those grapplers, but then there's a blade attached to the grappler instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. So
It's more grappling hook than dagger now.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So you attached a bayonet to your grappling hook.
Basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Borneo, whether
Yeah.
you've been with your third mod,
That wraith muzzle sound was what I wanted on the rifle. But that's
the
too-
wraith muzzle.
yeah, that would have been nice on my rifle, but
you still have the option because you haven't done your weapons yet.
no, but I'd rather have the astroscope because that can give me
Yeah.
advantage, which means of the sneak attack. So hopefully I'm hiding anyway, so it'll be a little easier. I still don't know what I want for my rapier.
So these weapon mods, we can actually put them on melee weapons as well.
Yes.
Some of them. You can put
Well-
the Astro Augmenter, which is the +1 attack and damage. You can put the Barrel Blade, which if you do the killing blow, you get to heal. D6 for a small, 2d6 for a medium, 46 for a large, and 8d6 for huge or bigger. You can put a collapsible frame, which will give you
Yeah.
advantage.
Oh, I'm reading through the list here.
Oh, you got okay.
Yeah, there's so many choices and combos.
The flame
And think,
tosser.
this is only a fraction of what they said they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
flame tosser is nice if there's a lot of creatures coming at us and you have one shot to take out a bunch of them.
That would be probably a pretty smart idea for a trader whose front lines probably dealing with multiple foes was quite a bit. And with it being fire, if you're up against like a barrel mech type thing, and I imagine the fire would hurt it more than regular weapons.
Okay, so what do you guys
I
think?
guess I will go with collapsible frame.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I'll-
I assume Jason's gonna.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure. A collapsible frame is a 12, 8. Yeah, I rolled an 8 plus 6, so yeah, the frame is on. I'm paying less attention to each one I put on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though
well,
this is like your third hour, basically.
So what do you guys think? Collapsible frame or shield? The shield projector on my rapier.
Look, I mean, no offense to you, but as someone who can't fucking magic this shit up, if you don't have a weapon, you're gonna be pretty useless. So having the ability to hide a weapon seems pretty important.
Yeah, but I have a dagger I can hide.
All right, then that's fine then. You can
Yeah,
hide
but
your daggers.
daggers also don't deal too much damage. So if
Well,
you put it
they
on
do-
a
They deal
Yeah.
fine.
Hey, in a couple levels, I'm not worried about the weapon as much.
Yeah.
Then you know what? That's a good enough reason to say to go with the other one.
Shield projector. I already have a shield up to 16 AC, so 18 would be nice sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean,
that's higher AC is always useful.
Then again, I had a healer with an 18 AC who got dropped in one hit. So,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter what they rolled a crit. So,
And you imagine being a mechanic's rogue with that sneak attack. You're gonna
Oh.
be front lines a lot.
maybe. Well, no. If once I get the rifle, I can actually do my
Yeah.
sneak attack without anyone. I just realized I can augment my attack, my armor, and heal. So I can add a D8. Is it to my armor already?
Okay. Okay. So while you're thinking on what to do for your weapon and hazard, what are you doing for your last one?
I think I'm gonna put grapple caster on my dagger as well, but I'm gonna flavor it as being more I took this thing apart and put the grappling bits inside the hilt for it, making that a bit bigger. So when I shoot, I'm actually shooting the blade, which is the hook, and I
Nice.
can just dislodge it and turn it back into a dagger.
Okay, so give me your roll for that.
Alright, so that is a good one as well.
Awesome. So, Jace, you've spent basically 3 hours working on Borneo's weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And it is getting to be late at night.
That's fine.
You're pretty tired being up several days. So, I assume all of you would turn in for the night, have breakfast with Rocket, and then probably go shopping.
I don't think any of us have very much money until that suit of armor gets sold.
yeah.
So the night passes pretty calmly. Nothing unexpected. It is a bit of a it's not a short rest, but it's shorter than you're used to. Oh, it's about 6 hours instead of 8 to 9. And you wake up in time to go visit with Rocket. And before we do that, are you guys good for going maybe another half hour or so?
I
I
can go
can.
however longer you want.
Yeah, I can go another hour or so.
How about you, Borneo?
I'm good.
Mike?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool. I'd like to at least get everything sold and you guys buy what you need to buy. So you return to Rockgut's residence, and he has breakfast waiting. It's a pretty simple standard meal, some breads, some cheese, is some cold cuts of meat, eight elves beat served in anchors, and he looks at the rest of you. Goes, now, oh, I believe you had some other business to discuss. So, what is it that you want?
Well, we wouldn't mind being able to sell a few things.
He nods, says yes. As what do you have to sell?
I would kind of let someone else list off the first item.
If you guys want, my character, you would know, before we get here, he goes, I can probably negotiate well. High deception.
Okay.
Just let me know if you want me to roll, if you want me to do it.
Yeah, I probably would let you then take charge of the selling and buying of any goods.
So, to make it easy, I believe we're selling off the power armor, the dining ware, and the ship.
Are we
Yeah,
selling it?
I don't know if we're selling the ship or not.
We have to get back. So
I know
Yeah.
Lazuli wants to sell it, but he can be convinced not to.
we need to be able to get back with the cargo, do we not?
Yeah, we do need to be able to get back. I would say we check how much it would cost to repair it and how long that would take, and then kind of decide from there.
Oh, yeah. Jace can already tell you it's gonna take 2 or 3 days to repair. And probably could have it patched up pretty good for maybe 1,000 glint. Now you do know 1,000 glint is probably about 1/8 of what a scout ship's typical value is.
How much was roughly the armor again?
2,000.
So we'd have to use half of we have to sell the armor to fix the ship.
Yeah.
But above 1,000 glint afterwards, approximately, unless I haggle more.
Well, plus there's also the 200 from my dining sets.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna write back, but I'm
If
earshot. But here's my roll.
okay, 23. If you sold the dining set, the ship, and the power armor, you could definitely book passage on another ship back to Digran. You would be almost 2/3 of the way towards purchasing another scout ship. Yep.
I would also like to do a more thorough check on the ship if we do sell it.
Yeah, investigate, look around again.
There definitely is a couple minor things you guys didn't pick up yet that you would probably want to keep.
Yeah, well, they go. I'm not even go. Like, after I finish breakfast, I'm gonna just go say I need to look at the ship, and I'm gonna go search around the captain's quarters.
Okay.
Since we didn't search there yet.
How close did you say we would be to buying another ship?
About 2/3 of the way. Hey,
Okay.
if you guys stayed on the drip market for a couple days and maybe did a couple of jobs, you would have enough for another scout ship.
We have to bring these crystal cats back to Cypher, do we not?
Yes, however, there was no time given to you
Huh.
as to
Convenient.
when it was brought back or when to make the delivery.
This is tough, because I know Hazard Boy wants to spend as little time here as possible.
Exactly.
But at the same time, he wouldn't trust anyone that he doesn't personally know to be flying him around.
Yeah.
So,
And that would definitely be a risk booking passage off of the drift market as well. Oh, as far as hazards concerned.
right.
I mean, I'm sure most of us as mercenaries and whatnot can find a way back discreetly. But if y'all want to go fix a ship, you could just say that's what we're doing, and Lazuli will give up and let that happen.
Can I don't know, alter the ship if we do fix it, maybe like a transponder code, change it up on the outside to make it seem like it's not the ship that we took?
You would actually gave the ability simple to order. Okay, let me check my mic. Okay, is that better?
Tiny bit.
Hey. But yeah, transponder codes aren't hard to order, but you would definitely have to look at the ship's computers a bit more. Now, one option is you don't have to sell the ship here.
Right.
You can pretty much sell them on any moon.
What's Borno's stance on the sell his ship or keep the ship?
Really, I could go either way on it. I'm not attached to this particular ship, but I think it's good that we have a ship. I don't want to constantly be haggling with people for passage everywhere. But considering this early on in the game, it may, I don't know. Do we particularly like this ship? Because, I mean, we just found it in a docking bay with a bunch of dead people in it. So it's not like I'm super attached.
Now, one suggestion I would say is go back to Dagron, fixing the ship, and then sell the ship there. And then maybe Cypher can give you enough work to buy another ship.
It does seem like it'd be fastest to fix this ship and use that to get the hell out of here, but
Yeah. I
Fastest,
think.
fastest, and probably the safest way as far as not being discovered. So
yeah.
just
I mean, I figure, yeah, it'll be better for him. He can stay on the ship and doesn't have to go out and be seen in the market that much.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
if
I
we
do
don't
have.
lose,
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
have the mask so I can go out relatively safe,
yeah,
but knowing that people are looking for me.
the more time you're out there, the more time there's somebody might notice.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, where have we been? How far is it between the ship and this guy's place?
I think it's not too far, is it? Just like
No, it's pretty close.
The reason I'm saying that is that I wanted to know if I had time to look around to see if I saw. I'm looking for any of my contacts, basically. Anyone within the Brotherhood, any place
Okay.
I can find that I might be able to get some information or.
You definitely would, as a brothel, oh, that people seem to frequent in the evening. And sometimes the Brotherhood work there when times are rough. You also know better sectors such as the main market, you might actually find a performance theater.
Well, not looking for the surface of the organization. He's looking for a few levels down.
Yeah.
Maybe if we were looking for jobs, if there were any potential ones, then I can bring that to the attention of the group.
Yeah. Probably the brothel for this sector would be probably the only place in the sector you guys would as kind of a base for the Brotherhood.
All right. So, what did you guys have you come up with the idea? Are we keeping the ship?
It's
Well, Doc wants to sell it. I think I would probably. I mean, I'm okay with selling it as long as we get another ship not too long afterwards. But other than that, for to keep it, Borno doesn't really care one way or the other.
Yeah. The fastest way off of the trip market would be selling it and booking passage.
Right,
But
but
we
without
really-
a guaranteed means of getting around safely otherwise.
And you would be stuck on day rent and
Well, I can see if you want to sell the ship and book passage, I might be able to find passage off of here.
Well, as someone who's very good at mercenary work, I might be able to find somebody to pay us to escort them to Daggeron.
That too. Yes, I was gonna
Yeah.
check my contacts.
So we can get a job that takes us back to Daggeron
okay.
while we're busy fixing the ship.
Will the ship cost us money to fix? You said 1,000, right?
Yeah, 1,000 gold.
And that
I don't
leaves us
wanna-
with 1,200 without taking into account anything you might be able to get from your 23 on deception to haggle.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to fix the ship if we're gonna just turn around and sell it, because I don't know if we can recoup that cost. Well, maybe we can,
If
because I'm doing all the work. So,
Yeah. if you sold the ship it as it is, it wouldn't be full price. I but it's a good chunk. You guys would be sitting on roughly 6,000 glint out of 8,000 for a new ship. Not counting passage.
Hold on. We sell the ship for 6,000?
No, altogether, counting the power armor and the...
Okay. All right. I'm going to go look around. We don't have to sell the ship yet. I'm going to find a job or passage off here first, and then we can make a decision.
So, since all of you are mercenaries, why don't you all give me a perception rolls to see if you spot someone you know?
Can I roll something? Can I roll something other than perception?
Can I roll investigate?
Yes.
Yeah, investigation revert.
Oh shit! I got a natural 20. YOLO.
Natural 20 as well.
Oh, nice. 19. Okay.
Of course, with my 19, I would probably still be skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Borneo.
11.
11. Okay, Borneo is the only one who actually doesn't find a contact that can help. You do come across a soldier buddy of yours, but they don't know of any jobs or opportunities such as you're looking for. And Mike, fix your mic, please. So, Dr. Lazuli, you actually find a theater group who appears to be traveling moon to moon. And they are looking for some guards to escort them.
Well, I'm going to tell them that not only do they need guards, but they need a mercenary medic like me in case they get injured along the way. Shame if one of them would break a leg and not have a doctor on hand.
They kind of chuckle, given the theater tradition of saying break a leg.
That's exactly what I was playing into.
And they go, yes, we've had a few accidents. A medic would be... However, we can only pay 25 glint per person.
Well, 30 for a medic, though, right?
Think a moment, and the lady you're talking to does some calculations, because, yeah, we could give 30 for a medic.
Well, I know 4 of the best, including me. Don't worry, we'll get you to that moon.
It goes very well. We will be leaving for our next stop tomorrow.
Great, we'll meet you at your dock. Where are you docked at?
She points off in the distance to a light cruiser that is flying in the flags as locking. Goes, we have passage aboard that cruiser.
Then we'll see you in the morning.
Wait a minute. House Larkin?
She nods. Yes. And unfortunately, Doc doesn't know who has a situation yet.
I think he probably would have heard when I learned that that they're looking for me. But I would, not the full situation, no.
Yeah, and he just knows House Larkin wants to speak with you.
Well, I mean, but no one's gonna recognize you. It'll be fine. You got your stupid little bug thing.
It's kind of like sleep. Even amongst Seth Larkin, they like to know who's going on their ships.
Yes.
I don't think I'd be able to keep it on the whole time.
You actually are walking around and you see Doc Lazuli in the cruiser that the lady points at.
Yeah, if I see the cruiser, I'm saying, hell no, we're not going on that thing.
You
While we don't know for certain that Seth Larkin wants trouble with me, I'm not wanting to speak to them at all.
Yeah. You actually recognize that particular cruiser. And back when you were a younger lad, you and a brother of yours stole that very cruiser and went for a joyride.
Wow, it does bring back fond memories. Not fond enough to want to take it, go back on it again.
I don't know if Doc would know that I might be able to get.
Yeah, he doesn't know about you or or Hazard yet.
No, but I don't know if Doc would know that I could get ID. I can get a forged ID probably. I guess a lot of us probably could.
I mean, I've worked with Jace before. I'm familiar with that concept.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 2 forged IDs that you made me already.
Hazard, though, coming back to you. Oh, give me a stealth check.
Alright. So, plus Dex mod, that's going to be 18.
Okay. You managed to kind of a building as a set member comes off of the light cruiser and walks towards the theater group. And you're sitting there watching, hiding, and please fix your mic.
Sorry.
That's okay. And give me your reaction as you recognize your younger brother.
I see him, and I imagine Doc, he sees me like duck behind something as fast as possible as I look at this guy. And, like, I am dead still, staring directly at him. If he so much as even, sends someone over here, there's no telling what I would do. I'm internally freaking out.
Yeah, it's weird because
and as I'm freaking out, I imagine my crystal cat that I've come to refer to as Tick, since I don't like it so much, would come out from behind where I'm hiding. So
okay.
That's freaking me out too.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird situation because you always got along with your younger brother when you were younger, but he was more weak-willed than you were. Kind of gave in to the demands of the set. So you're not entirely sure whether you could trust him or not to know you're there. But you're hearing him talking to these ladies, and says everything is prepared for us to leave in the morning. And I will be captaining the cruiser. Father's away on business.
All right. Dr. Lazuli has no idea why he needs to know that.
It seems that he was speaking more to the ladies than you.
Oh, well,
You're just kind of there.
I take a step back to, remove myself from the conversation because I'm not part of it.
Okay, you managed to do so. Oh, and the guy, I just kind of tilts his head, looks at you for a second, then goes back to talking with the ladies. And you're able to basically walk away if you wish.
Yeah, I leave.
Meanwhile, Hazard, you're still hiding.
Was I able to find any jobs that I like before I met up with him?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, whether he has a job for you or what remains to be seen. Hey, Jace. Ace. In the meantime, you've checked out the brothel, or the brothel.
First off, how much glint did we have and split up?
I don't think we actually have much glint.
Because I didn't have any. I don't have any written down. We thought we had a group.
Yeah.
Did we find any glint or no?
Not yet. Everything you found's been in items, and you're kind of in the process of deciding what to sell. And
okay, because I have 0. That's why. Yeah. So I head over to the brothel and I make contact. I talk to the bartender using my cant, and I speak to him, see if he's my underworld cant sort of thing, and I'll see if there's any potential jobs. Or actually, I wanted to ask a question now, since they're making a lot of changes in the third version of this playtest and giving more stuff to the mechanist. I'm wondering, can I put cameras on my spheroids and use them like for scouting purposes or something?
I would totally say you would be able to, just because that's cool. Oh, I don't know what the guys are planning on doing with expanding the spheroids, so I can't answer from that kind of perspective.
Yeah. Okay. So I head in here. I'm looking for any quick jobs, any like local jobs.
The madam, and one of the bouncers talks to you. The bouncer tells you that there is a group of, I guess you would call them dissidents, that is wanting to cause trouble for Seth Larkin. And it seems like they got it into their head that they would be better suited to run the drip market. And that they would have plenty of job opportunities. However, if you're caught acting against the sept, you'll probably not survive. The madam tells you that Angel or has been requested to go to Daggeron and start a sister brothel there. And Angel is one of her more exotic, beautiful, hers for lack of better word.
Just so one person going.
Yes, it's just Angel going. And she's a bit worried about sending Angel off on her own. But she can't really do anything as far as paying people. She could afford to pay passage for people to go with Angel, but that would be it.
And that's where we're headed back to, right?
Yes. You guys are wanting to go back to the to talk to Cypher.
What does Angel look like?
Angel is a very tall, redhead, but it's kind of weird. It's not redhead as we think of it. It's more of like redhead as in her hair looks like actual fire, kind of that orangish red hue. Very fine skin, carries herself very delicately, big something like you would think of your typical her. And she's dressed in a pretty almost revealing dress, but you know for them it's modest. It would be something they would wear outside of the brothel.
I was gonna say, okay, so this is my cousin Angel, and she's accompanying me back. If that was a cover story. If that works, then I'll just have to talk to my friends, but I just have to make sure we get some passage. Just have to find some passage off of here, but we'll be leaving probably in the next few days.
Odd says, I'll wait here and I'll be sure to have Angel ready to go.
And so how much did you say you are the most you'll be able to spend, but that includes passage?
She's only able to pay passage for the party.
Now, this is just an idea for us to consider, but how much, if we already had passage taken care of ourselves, would we get?
That's what I was looking for, to see if we decide just to fix. I don't know what Doc Lazuli got, but if we fixed our own ship, that's what I'm trying to figure out how much.
Yeah. She would tell you it would be about 1,000 England.
Okay, as I said, I will be back. I just have to check with a few others and see if we can make this work for you.
She nods. So Borneo, Doc Lazuli, and Jace will basically meet back up at the ship close to Rockets. Hazard, however, how are you getting out of there without your brother seeing you or are you gonna try to get him and he's alone and find out what's going on?
Seeing and hearing he's captaining this ship, he's doing business, and doing good business by the looks of it too. I don't think there's a chance of getting him alone, and knowing how easily he breaks to the Sept's will, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to convince him. So, to help me, so I'm going to try and leave.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
So, my first roll of the evening.
This is risky, but I want out of there.
Give me a stealth check.
Ten.
You start to move over and you're ducking basically back behind you into an alleyway. You think you gotta make a unseen, and you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you hear your younger brother's voice. Hazard, I thought that was you sulking about.
Punch him in the face! Punch him in the face!
I turn to him and, what's his name?
I don't know, you tell me. He's your brother.
Alright, Maximus.
Okay.
Maximus.
So you write that down too.
Alright. I'm surprised you actually decided to call me that. I know we were close before, but how you been?
He raises an eyebrow, goes, I'm Cuban male, as I'm sure you heard. Father's a red. Hey. Goes, no worries. I won't tell the Sept you're here. But I suggest you get out of here soon.
I just kind of look.
Be back in a day, and you know how he feels.
I look at him, and I'm assuming we're in a more secluded place, and I kind of look around, make sure no guards are.
Yeah, you actually don't see any of the house guards. It appears he walked away from the ladies directly to this alley, and
yeah, I'd go ahead and take off my mask. Listen, I know we're brothers. We were best friends when we were younger. But why do I have a hard time believing you when you say you're just gonna let me walk away with a warning like that?
Because, well, you know, I'm not as brave as you are to strike out on my own. And the Sept is all I've ever known. But as far as I'm concerned, they were in the wrong. After all, you can't be through with your thoughts.
I just continue to look at him. It's like, yeah. So you're saying, if when Father gets back and asks you how things went, and even inquires if anyone got even a hint that I'd shown up, you are just going to say no? We have no news.
Actually, I'll do one better. I don't care to know where you're going but give me a place where you're not going.
I just kind of look at him, understanding kind of what he's saying. It's like, all right, fine. I just kind of look at him and it's like, we haven't decided yet if we're going to take this job, but it's sounding like it might be a good idea to go on his ship. Like, all right, but I'm going to need something from you, too. I'm looking to get out of here soon, and right now it's looking like your ship is the best route out.
He nods, says, "That's very well. However, you need to be unseen even on our ship. You know the house guards are loyal to the set."
Oh, I don't plan on ever being seen.
He nods.
If I couldn't come here this time, I would.
He goes, "Well, if Father asks, we'll simply say we heard a rumor of you on a different moon."
Better yet, tell him you heard I was heading towards the orchestra, which would be, just kind of as I'm looking at here, the house of Sept Al-Zareen.
He nods, says, yes, that would make sense. And
all things considered.
Goes, "Well, I assume you're not alone. It would be foolish of you to come back here on your own."
You know I choose my companions carefully nowadays.
He nods, says, "As you would have to. I assume you haven't told them our secret."
They don't know anything. They only know me as Hazard.
He nods, says, "Very well. We'll be leaving in the morning, and I assume you won't return with the ladies that you saw me talking with."
If I return. And I give him a very serious look, like, don't expect too much yet.
Yeah.
And then as I kind of turn to leave, I make sure to pull out this sphere with different, sides. Looks like it can turn similar to a Rubik's Cube. And I show it to him, looking behind me at him. And remember, if you double cross me, I still have this. And with that, I put it back in my bag, put my mask on, and walk away.
He chuckles, goes, "That old threat. Very well.
I imagine also,
See you tomorrow."
he probably has a good idea of what's inside it. And while he might joke about it, he knows...
It's not something he wants out.
No. So, with that, I will return probably the last person to arrive, even though Doc and Borno were with me when they left.
Good. And feel free to talk amongst yourselves what option to take.
Well, when everyone meets back up, Doc says, "I found us paid passage back to that damn moon. 25 each." I really wish I could hear Jace, but it looks like he's muted.
I was talking to myself. I was talking to my cat. I found us paid passage off of here enough to probably get the ship fixed and us off here without having to do with anything else.
Okay.
That's a little more.
Hazard, are you going to say anything about your encounter, or that you guys could take the cruiser?
Actually, I'm thinking maybe I can negotiate that fare to deal with this and just have to book passage for one person off with your group, the ship that you found. Maximize our
Quite
profits.
possibly.
I'm completely sure I can convince them that she's also a bodyguard.
No. No, you can't. I don't think I can.
I'd probably tell them that I looked into it and I'm okay with us taking that ship as long as we are very low key.
Hazard, you clearly don't know shit about me. I'm always low key.
I just kind of look at him like, I mean, no one can see me.
How the fuck are we supposed to get paid for you being on the ship if no one sees you?
So we
Fine.
need to get a disguise for you now? Oh, actually, did I get a hollow, not a hollow, what do they call, Whisperlink connection with the brothel?
No, you actually do not.
You know what? I'm going to see how much stuff that my client needs to bring. We might be able to put you in with the cargo if they don't look at it.
Jace, I'm telling you, you just say she's a mancer and anyone will believe you.
She could be. Yeah, that's true.
I kind of look at him and it's like, you know what? If you can find me an alternate ID, and I can probably find another mask to put on just in case, then I might be able to just be another guard.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you could get aboard even as is. It's only the guards you really need to watch out
Right.
for.
I'd probably relate. It's more the guards, but aside from that, you know, I'm okay with us taking it. Just have to be.
All right, I'll check with my potential client and see if I can find either way to disguise you or something.
Okay.
Change your
Yeah,
appearance.
I'd probably back off a tiny bit from what I was saying before, but still, just like make sure they know. Even though I'm okay with this ship, it's still eh.
Yeah. And they can definitely sense you're kind of shaken up. I mean, you just talked to your younger brother that you haven't talked to in
However long.
a couple years, at least.
I know we all have our secrets, but anything you need to share with us before we go on board?
Nothing right now, other than I have a history with Sepp Larkin, and I prefer to keep it that way for now. However, and I pull out that sphere again, just kind of opening up a little bit. If worse comes of it, then this needs to get to Cypher. And then if any of you would reach for it, I'd make sure to pull back again. It's like, only if it comes to it. And I'd slip it back away.
Well, if you get taken and I don't have it, I can't get it to Cypher.
Would you rather I hold on to it? I can keep it hidden so that if something does happen, you can get it to Cypher.
I'll wait till we get to the ship and hand it to one of you then. And then I'll expect to get it back afterwards.
Right. So
I'll check with my client if we can get you a bit of a disguise, negotiate the payment a little more. Then what we can do is sell our ship, sell the armor, sell the plates, and get off this metal market.
yes. So Jace, returning to the brothel, you actually find out that the ship is taking on passengers, one of which was Angel. So she's already got her passage aboard the same cruiser.
Okay, so basically, I say I would like to negotiate our fee, and if we can get a way to somewhere to disguise one of my crew members, and then we can.
He nods and hands you a small kit. It has some makeup and some different bits of fabric, fake contact lenses, stuff like that. That will change color of eyes. And
Maybe we'll get. You might be better at this than I am, but once we agree on the fee, then agree on all the details, and yeah, you can join us. Did we decide you're gonna come aboard? Hazard, come aboard as you are, or we're going to stick you in the luggage. You're muted.
I think we decide as long as I get a fake ID.
Well, we weren't going to. I think the ID wasn't the problem. We weren't going to.
Well, I think we decide as long as I get a fake ID and maybe a different mask just for while we're on the ship, then I'd be okay. So.
Okay, so that 1,000, is that will that be considered payment, and we will escort her aboard?
Yeah, and you to basically make sure she's safe until she reaches the egg run. It sets up a brothel there.
Okay, so that's fine. I have 3 other crew members. We'll make sure you're safe, and you have a whisper link.
Goes, yes. Yes, and she hands you what looks to be a very much the same badge that you have on. Goes, hand me your badge and take this one. It has a built-in whisper link.
I do that.
You see just kind of how she's holding it, that she's kind of covering up the symbol. Almost as if she doesn't want people to know she's associated with the Brotherhood.
That's fine. So if she needs to get a hold of me, she can now. And but I will actually, has the cat been following me around, I guess?
Yeah, they stay with you unless you say otherwise.
Once we get aboard, this is I don't remember what I called. This is so and so, and
Shailene.
Oh,
Shailene?
right.
Shaolin.
Yeah, something. I think that was it.
Something like that.
Sure. This is Shailene, and once we're aboard, she will stay with you and keep an eye on you as well.
She goes, oh, Angel says, good. Well, I so see you in the morning. I plan on resting this evening.
Okay. And what? So we negotiate. So the 1,000 is the.
Yeah,
Or-
that's the most she could pay you.
That's fine. And then, all right. How about the cat stays with you, and we get some of it to buy a few supplies? Is that a good arrangement?
She doesn't care if the cat stays or what. She knows how to get to the ship, so she says she'll meet you there in the morning.
No, but I was wondering if we could get some of the money, a deposit to buy
Oh,
supplies.
she would pay you the entire 1,000.
Okay, then. So see you in the morning then.
Payment up front like it should be.
I wasn't going to push because
And then as you go to walk out, she says, and trust me, Angel will make sure you keep your end of the deal.
don't worry. I will.
She's quite good one-on-one and kind of gives you the saucy wink.
Perhaps I'll find out one day.
Now, the rest of you are still at the ship talking, and are you going to return to Rocket while Jace is off?
I bet at least I would return to kind of finalize some of the sales.
Okay. So, Rocket is still at his residence, only now he seems to be smoking on a pipe and looking at what you think to be a ledger as you walk in. Goes, you've returned.
Yep, ready to make some sales.
Okay.
Inventory going good on your end?
Goes, what do you have to sell?
I've got what I believe to be about 300 glint and obsidian dining wares, leaving out that one set. It's kind of trying to highball him there. A suit of power armor, and our ship back at the dock that needs repairs.
Slightly used.
He
Slightly used ship, exactly.
And Borneo, are you with Hazard? Because you actually have the power armor.
Right.
I mean, if he's not wearing it, anyone could have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're with me modeling it for him?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, nice. I'll give you 6,000 glint for the lot.
I kind of just look at it and calculating everything in my head. It's like 6,000. I was thinking this stuff in total is probably closer to 7 in total.
He goes, but your ship is damaged. Is it not?
Maybe damaged, but we're talking about a fine set of wares that probably you could sell to a sept or other or a high-ranking family for a good amount, and a suit of power armor in high quality. In fact, I even made sure to clean it up for you.
He looks over the power armor and goes, it's in workable order. Definitely been taken care of. However, it's just a plain suit. So it hasn't been decorated yet.
You know
And
as well as I how hard it
that's
is to find a suit that is in high quality such as this nowadays,
Go-
especially with
yeah.
that
yes. But the
harbinger around.
decorations that would make it sellable will cost me a decent fee. And then I have to repair the ship as well. Well, I guess I could take it up to 6,300. So 6,300 Glenn.
Well, I guess I could sell the lot to you for that.
He nods. Says very well. Looks over at Borneo. Goes, I assume you're not included in that suit of power armor.
If he was included, I'd easily be asking for 8.
A gold. Says
As well,
very well.
there is one purchase I was asked to make from you in the deal.
Oh,
I was wondering if we could receive a rifle. No attachments necessary. Just the rifle will be fine.
okay. And what condition of rifle are you looking for?
Well, one that isn't on the verge of collapsing would be nice. How good can you get me? What's the best deal?
Well, probably a Roan rifle. Oh, new is really hard to come across
Of course.
us. But I'll tell you what. I have one in mind. I'm taking good care of her. Old Betsy has never done me wrong. And he goes above his little fireplace. Where you see this, for all intents and purposes, a hunting rifle there. Takes her down, goes, well, old girl, looks like it's time for you to see some action again. And says, I'll throw her in, but promise she'll be taken well care of.
I kind of look at him and cock my head like, you're just gonna throw her in. Of course, not saying anything. Just like,
Because she's been up there too long.
well, I won't take a gift rifle in the barrel.
Besides, oh dog, who knows when you'll come to visit me again.
And now remember, you did this favor.
You know,
So long as you remember how much I've done for you before.
nods and says, well, perhaps one day I'll have need of a favor from you again as well. And you kind of understand this as a back and forth between you and Raka.
Yeah, and I kind of figure that's about a fair deal. I mean, the two of us have enough history that I can figure he's not going to completely stab me in the back.
Yeah. And you can tell it's a pretty sturdy rifle. Oh, it is an older rifle. No weapon mods attached to it.
Right, but I figure that's probably about. Alright, so.
So it's very well. I'll assume you'll be leaving the ship in the morning? Or are you?
You know I try and keep my
Or
visits
not?
short.
Yeah.
Besides, now the business is done.
Yeah.
Does it matter
He's
staying here
mainly,
tonight?
yeah, he's mainly asking if you're leaving the ship you sold him. So he knows when he can claim it.
I'll be out of your sector by breakfast tomorrow.
He nods, says, very well, I'll take care of the ship tomorrow then. And I assume you're gonna return to meet with your party?
Yeah, I'd also advise we find a room to stay in tonight.
Well, we can stay on the ship. The ship is still ours. We can stay on there.
Yeah, you
Yeah, but I
guys.
also gave him a deadline for when to expect us out.
You
Yeah,
said
I
by
mean-
breakfast. I'll be out of the ship by breakfast.
Yeah. We basically wake up, we grab our stuff, and we're off the ship.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I'm saying, like, I gave him a timeline, but I'm still wary. So,
Right, you can be wary. It's not like they're gonna fly the ship off with us still on it. There's a pretty big hole in it, you know.
I'd probably also, actually, before we left there, kind of maybe drop hint that I'm heading towards Orchestra, too. Just kind of helping seed that lie.
Rucker would definitely nod, and he kind of knows what you're up to.
Right, but
Uh,
I mean, if I can help seed the lie, so when it comes time,
says, "I'll be
might be
sure
questioned.
to put the word out."
Alright.
And you return to the ship. Jace is in with the makeup up kit. Now that you've had time to look at it a bit further, is a very stylized wig. It looks almost like a long black hair tied back into a bun. And you think, for our intents and purposes, if you were able to find a kimono or a rope that resembles one with the makeup in this wig, you could possibly pass as hazard off as what we would think of as a geisha.
Okay.
John, is that your reaction to hearing that that's what I might be pretending to be, or is that you saying I'm sleepy?
Both.
I was also wondering why we didn't negotiate for getting paid in trade from the people with the brothel, but
I haven't gotten back to you guys yet.
Well, I also imagine we're going to be escorting an escort.
Yeah.
Night. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, treat her good, and you might get some favors along the way.
Takwazuli is extremely not interested.
I actually haven't told you guys where I found the client. I just said just escorting someone.
And
That's right.
thank you for reminding me, Alex. You actually did not find anything else.
Okay, well, look somewhere else on the ship.
Captain's quarters. Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
I remember you saying you would go
22.
through and. Okay. Tucked behind its dresser, you find what looks to be an actual book.
A
Now,
book?
yes, ledgers are pretty common, but books are pretty rare. Usually it's digital based. So this could be valuable.
Yeah, I'm not giving up until I've had a chance to read it. I've never read a real book before.
Now, please describe to us what this book looks like and what the title is on it.
I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to go
imagine,
grab that book again and hold up and say, "It's this one."
I imagine it's something to do with Astra, whether it's kind of like a fiction book or whether it's like a spell book or
It's
something.
black. That's a type of gum. It's actually pretty good. It's very caffeinated gum. The title of the book is. Okay, we'll describe the book first. The book is. It's got. Stop doing that, camera. It's got mostly black, but it's got a spiral pattern in the front. And the title of the book is All That Is Astra Before the Fall.
You know stories about this book. It is said that a group of mystics who discovered the use of Astra contained the knowledge written in stories. And this book is said to be one of the stories. You've never read the entire story, but the bits and pieces you've heard of mentioned that there were six mystics, each of them relating to a different type of Astra.
Well, the first chance I get, I'm going to crack open this book and start reading it. In fact, I'll probably read it tonight.
Cool. Oh, and that's all that you found on the ship was that book. Everything else is either part of the ship or not really worth taking.
Did you say the 6 types of Astra?
Yes.
Because I'm counting yellow, green, blue, red.
Orange and black. Orange is time, and I have no idea what black is.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure I was aware of what all they were.
Yeah, it's not an official canon thing yet. But it's definitely believed to be other types.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I had all that.
And we don't know if orange is actually one of them, although I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, it is. Because I like the time aspect.
Yeah, it appeared in one person's game.
In one of the one shots that was done our campaign. So, and I'm adding black. And you shall see what the black one is So you conclude your business with vodka. Jace, I assume you're gonna try to make Hazard up as a geisha.
That is a suggestion that I will make. When I get back, I say, here's a bonus for you. I would like it back after you're done with it if you survive. I recommend getting a nice little dress to go with it. And that's all I say when I hand him. Are we back on the ship?
Yeah, you guys would all return to the ship for the day/evening.
We got you a present. Did you get me one?
I say, I present to you Betsy, and I say instead of finding myself a dress, I'll simply find a mask like before. So it's kind of like, yeah, tempting, but no, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Is it like a wig or something you have?
A
I
wig
got
and
wig.
makeup.
I have a
Wig,
black
makeup.
wig and some makeup.
And like fake contact lenses and
So I mean, I'll take the fake contact lenses and put on the wig, just kind of like, I'm a dude who has longer hair. Deal with it.
I'll look those contacts back at least in the wig.
Right.
Some uses for this later.
And-
that. And
And then
Okay.
I'm assuming we can also find me a
Hey.
fake ID and another temporary mask,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Ace, actually, give me some kind of tool proficiency check with the disguise kit,
Oh, I don't
because
have
you
it.
can use makeup up to kind of hide features.
Would that be charisma? Or
I believe it's an intelligence-based thing.
then I would like to see if Doc understands human anatomy a little better, how to apply the makeup.
Doc Lazuli takes the makeup and says, "Yes, of course I know how to apply this."
Do any embalming and oh, by the way, are we back on the ship?
Yes.
I toss everyone 250 glint.
Yeah, if we want to split all the glint we got, everyone is going to get 1,850.
All right. I will write that down. 1,850.
Yeah, that includes the pay for being guards, though.
And you'll have to remember to save what you can of it to buy an actual new ship. Yep. So, Doc Lazuli, give me, I guess, a straight intelligence check since they don't really have like a disguise kit roll in IB.
Sure. Do you want me to do it now or when, like, we actually go onto the ship?
I would go ahead and do it now because
Okay.
you'll basically spend the evening getting ready.
I'm gonna spend the evening reading my book.
Yeah, you'll be doing reading, and Jace will be looking at his rifle.
I got a total of a 16.
Okay. So you're able to hide most of Hazard's features. Or if Hazard removes the mask.
Of course, I'd remove the mask on the ship. They know what my face looks like.
Okay.
It's mostly for when I'm outside the ship, and I think someone might be watching.
Yeah, your face looks slightly better than that mask, and that mask is ugly.
I let you guys know our client is looking for us to just escort her to the moon, whose name I forgot, and she already has her own passage, and
Angel.
Oh no, I don't know the moon that we're going to.
Oh, Tigran.
Yeah. So her name is Angel, and we just have to keep escort her there. And
Make sure she's safe.
yeah, so it was that's what I got paid up front because through my contacts. So just make sure she gets there, or we might be in a bit of trouble if we probably more than paying back if we don't get her there. So
It has it begin disguised now. If you're not using your mask or a different mask, you'll have advantage against perception checks. So you'll want to remember that.
Would I be able to kind of use my crystal cat to kind of help me keep an eye on things if I wear a mask?
Yeah.
Kind of to supplement that?
Yeah, I would allow it to all kind of work together.
Okay, yeah, then while we're on the ship or before we leave in the morning, I would instruct it to kind of roam around the ship and especially to keep an eye on the guards and the staff.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys are pretty much ready to go.
actually,
Jace, give me 3 octo checks for your weapon mods for rifle. Or however many you're attaching to your weapons.
okay. Would I be able to get a boost?
Oh, absolutely. I'll just be
Okay.
chilling by you, boosting you while I read this book.
Right.
Just,
This is interesting. Nami Padme Hum.
I don't have to chant or anything. I just
you do now.
channel. No, I refuse.
I know. We're making fun of you.
Nope. No chanting. I'm busy reading. If I have to chant to do it, I'm not doing it.
You're a highly intellectual doctor who is very skilled and experienced in casting magic. You would think it would be second nature, giving you enough mental capacity to read.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Chanting is stupid. I'm not going to do any magic that involves chanting.
Okay.
Alright,
So-
let me just message Matt Click and suggest that Astral Boost requires a verbal component.
Okay, so what's your rolls, Trace?
What's a boost again? Is it an 8 or 6?
It's a D6.
What was the thing again? I forgot what I was getting. The rapier does not have the collapsible frame.
Okay.
I actually failed that one. And the longboard. Yeah, everything else is. So the rifle is all done. The rapier, I did not.
So you'll have to wait like 24 hours to try it again.
Yeah, I was trying to get the rapier to actually be flexible enough to wrap up into a bracelet, the collapsible frame, to look like it's a bracelet instead. Because I've seen some daggers that in real life that do that. So the rapier was trying to get in. I just couldn't get the blade. I got bendable, but I couldn't get the hilt to look like a bracelet yet. So I'm still working on that.
Okay.
So I got the astroscope and the long bore barrel on the rifle.
So that is actually where we will end tonight's session. And the next session will pick up with you guys aboard the light cruiser on your way back to Dagron.
Alright, and you said we get a level up?
Yes, you guys will be level 2 for that session, and hopefully we'll be playing on the second.
Alright.
So I hope everyone enjoyed watching this playtest as much as we did having playing it. Not everything in it's canon, of course. It's a playtest, and we have some of our own stuff we're doing with it, including the 6 different types of Astra instead of the basic 4 and the crystal cats. So I'll give all of my players a chance basically to say goodbye. Maybe a highlight of the session and improvements and the kind of feedback they would like to give. And let's begin with Trace.
I'm Paul. I'm playing Jace the Mechanist, and it's a lot of fun this session. We got to do something a little different. And finally, we have some glint now. Overall, there's part, improvements still have to be made, especially on the Mechanist, but I'm still having fun playing it. So
yeah,
so
I think improvements is kind of gonna be a tricky thing to say because it is a playtest, so things aren't quite polished for the system and the setting itself. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I think they're going to focus maybe on the spheroids. Hopefully, anything they give it a little bit more functionality. It doesn't have to be a lot of mechanical benefits. Like I think the cameras on them, little scout stuff, maybe a familiar type spheroid would be nice. But
definitely, I'm open to any feedback as far as me DMing, especially since sci-fi is not really my cup of tea. So,
if I have any ideas for our playtest, I'll run them by you. I think I have a few. We'll talk after.
Hey, how about you, Hazard?
Yeah, I'm Michael, and I did have a good, really enjoyed playing it. Probably for me, I was actually expecting things to go worse, simply because I'm here, and, well, my brother is captaining a Seplarkin cruiser, so, I don't think it takes too much brain power to figure out what that means. But I'd say probably as far as improvements for the game, since we're playtesting it, the Astral Infusion, or no, whatever it was you kept using to give him a bonus.
The bolster.
Bolster, yeah. That probably needs to be at least a cost of 1, so you aren't constantly spamming it. I mean,
ever heard of Guidance, bro?
Yeah.
Right, but
Guidance, which is a cantrip, which is cast for free all day forever.
Yeah, I'm just saying I felt it was a bit.
Yeah. It does tend to kind of be that way, even with Guidance itself. If it's continually used, it's kind of one of that players have to be aware that it can alter the game.
And as far as improvements for you, I was actually surprised to not see some sort of a combat-related thing. All of our dice rolls were skill checks, which is good on occasion, but,
Yeah.
I was just kind of expecting...
I thought about making the encounter with your brother a possible combat kind of thing.
I was holding my breath for that one especially.
But then I'm like, no, we'll see what happens, but we'll let it play out as it did.
Mm-hmm. So, but overall,
How about-
I had a good time.
How about you, Borneo?
Well, other than the slight trouble staying awake and having fun, I've completely uprooted myself and moved since the last session. So,
Yeah, we weren't even sure if you were gonna make it tonight, even though you had messaged saying you would be able to, just because you haven't really been around much.
yeah.
So,
Well, once I get more settled in, I'll probably be around
Yeah.
a bit more, but it's been, running around and trying to change my address on everything and
Yeah.
see doctors and yeah.
Yeah, understandable. Oh, well, I hope you get settled in pretty soon.
Oh, it's starting to happen. The first thing was
Awesome.
all of my stuff they didn't tell me when it got up here. And so that took an
Yeah.
extra week, and then
And last but not least of our players, we have Alex.
I mean, the only real comment I have was already brought up. There wasn't any combat. There wasn't really any action. We just ran around doing skill checks. We should have been jumped by thugs in the street or something. I don't know.
You guys almost had a combat with the space event.
Yeah, that's true. We did just kind of run away from our only combat. I was all for kicking their asses, but
Yeah, I expected you guys would get bored of the. So it kind of threw me for a loop. I'm glad you didn't, because I wasn't sure how you were gonna pull that one off. So, but yeah, that was it. That was intended to be basically the big combat of this session, was the Space Raiders. And I kind of imagined them like Imperial Stormtroopers.
I actually was fine with dealing combat with them until you said what size that ship was.
Yeah. The big thing was you guys are in a tiny scout ship. It'd be like trying to take like an X-wing fighter up against one of the large war cruisers in Star Wars. It can be done, but you got a good chance of not making it. Overall, I thought it went pretty good. One of my favorite highlights was actually the crystal cats when they spoke to each of you. Especially Hazards. Just that, somebody's got a secret, but I'm not telling.
I better not tell her. I will send out an airlock in a second.
So, it went pretty good. So, until next time, may the dice always roll in your favor.